now. It's Sen's
okay, we've got Sentinels on defense, we've got MIBR on attack. Let's see if we can get a close map.
In stage 1.
A little bit of a stomp.
Against some weaker teams will start to pistol with Aspas.
It's a nice way to start. It's an open B site.
The B site's already open for Young and Old.
Oh, that was dangerous for a second, but Zekin is able to find Shenum. Not before he does a significant amount of damage, however. Zekin, somewhat weak. Zelsis, very
safe plant though, they push.
Just a single shot. Aspas wants to press forward, but is punished for it by the double swing.
Again,
not sure
no
about
better way
that.
to shut down a star player than to overload him. This now puts Sen at a player advantage, and they're slowly encroaching their control of Heaven. Cortesia playing a bit further forward towards B main to try and cut Zekin off. It's going to be a battle of shooters on that part of the map. Sen will want a way into the B site, and Zekin might use this commotion to do so. Look at the timing he's found. Cortesia.
Yeah, he was
not sticking
super
around quite
patient
long
on
enough.
that. What the
Verno
hell
takes
is
a
that
tap to the
pre-fire?
shoulder here as Sentinels are going to get about it now. Verno and Artazine have to dig in now. Time is short, but Sentinels have the numbers to spend. Here's a tap. Zekin gets ahead of it though. 4 kills
again,
on the
man.
And a
He just doesn't
DQ
slow
to get
down.
Sen started on the right foot again.
That's going to bring Zekin 2 orbs away from the
I mean,
dimensional
Aspas kind of pushed a
when they
little
get
bit
to their
too
bonus
far
round,
instead of
assuming they can
playing
convert
with a bait setup
the
from his
anti-eco
teammate.
coming up on round 2.
It's a pretty important
That
kill.
post-plant play, though, from Zekin as well, is so good. He finds this kill on Shenum, wraps a B main there, and just before that, he was waiting for his team to make all the noise so he could hit the go button, and there was a little moment where Cortez... we get it, bro. You want to ult. I mean, yes, it is the high percentage play. Relax. But they did such a great job of setting him up for success there by drawing all the attention to Heaven, allowing him to flank through B main. And Zekin is starting this map just as electric as he left us on Lotus.
A dimensional drift for the bonus. What a tantalizing prospect for the defenders. MIBR here are grouped up, even Cortesia joining them after early presence on the B side. Johnny might have a decent timing to send this off on. Since one player testing the wall and call comes out.
Oh yeah,
hello.
hello.
From MIBR hitting
And Pansy today for the EG game.
Biding their time now, but off a fault line. Artazine is going to try
if she stays awake,
be the Stardust pistol.
He's saying she didn't stay
Here we
awake,
go. Smoke over towards Heaven side here. Fault line came out from the defender side. That's John trying to slow them up. Narrate, rather. Getting ahead of that smoke in screens.
And now as the wall expires, MIBR hoping to take an
It's hilarious. Last time, dude, I was struggling.
I
I was struggling to keep it together, man. It's so funny.
Superior guns. They are looking so strong today. If they can win their map here, they'll be headed to the grand finals with that significant map ban advantage going up against whichever team wins the lower final.
A lot of trust being put in John and Narrate here. Sen have not rushed to reinforce them on the A side. A lot of this util still at their disposal. Delsus maybe had a timing. Opts not to take it. Party just passed out in front though with the sheriff.
Hold up.
One. John's about to get busy. Tries to flip.
Damn,
no
John did good though. Oh my god, they didn't get into the plant.
Bang and Zekin now have to try and recover.
Bro, they're actually going to do it, right? 6 HP, 65 HP.
Zekin off kilter.
The rough situation. It's not the best plant, it's behind screens.
An equal measure now.
Does have a couple weak players to get easy kills against. One of them was Cortesia.
Shenum gets clear of that paranoia. Bang.
Wouldn't half is his timing like.
The SEN team so far in their run to playoffs.
Oh, nicely done.
Verno will emerge
Only
just
the one
right
gun
time.
upgrade, but that's a
MIBR,
really important round.
And once again, Cortesia trying to get him motivated.
Just waits out the moment for the perfect free backstab to close out that round after hitting a really fantastic stun in the 1v1
maybe should have won that too.
In Heaven. The player's backside, you mentioned it, they were left on their lonesome, so much trust placed in them, and they just
nice stun
couldn't
from
come
Verno.
up in that situation.
No info really.
Verno lost his
just how
jet.
far into mid had MIBR gone? They just couldn't tell.
Has Cortesia really turned into the hype man for MIBR or what though? Every time they're finding success, he's been the guy standing up, screaming,
One-way
getting out of
smoke
his
goes
chair.
in. Dude, no one even buys on top of this. They got
Only play
nothing.
for the B-side orb and in
Wait, did they really have
Zekin,
5
he's
guns
actually
last round
already
but
looking to wrap
eco?
around
It's
them.
kind of
So
rare.
MIBR, they're on a timer. And they know it. Pushing out over towards his A side now. It's going to be Aspas up front and Personal focusing on Bang.
They know the breach flash came from
Deals with the
Saint.
controller. Narrate still tucked behind that kiosk, but doesn't really know when to swing. It's on the move. Celsius gets completely caught out. John had no choice but to swing that. Also dinked a second player. Verno goes low after that encounter. But Zeko in the Classic is A long way from the action, and Zenith is vastly
Man,
better
Nibs over there
off.
kind of good here.
That
Is
got a
Sapphire
little
back
awkward for
or
a second with the
did
jump
Prius
up,
have a
but
life round?
overall,
And Minches, thank you
well-paced
so much,
hit
dude.
from
Appreciate the 34 months.
Scaling into the site, they slowed things
Minches,
down.
I'm in Iceland
allowed
these
a
days,
moment
man.
for Ospas
The most-
to work through both
The
of his
most sun we
cloud
get is about
bursts,
2 hours.
pop out.
And even then it's about 8
Engagement against
degrees.
Bang, wrap around elbow, the rest of them flood in. A little bit of damage done, but overall clean, and definitely a look at what their typical A hit is going to be looking like as we go forward.
Prius out of the life round. Sapphire's not back yet. Damn, dude. He's actually on it.
Not sure who Louts are. Certainly not me.
Dude, they're doing the C9.
MIBR, they say, why not go A again? It's worked 2 times in a row.
Obviously, good point. Emma, Sen often going up ahead in these first halves. There's Bang with a spray. Aspas down. What a beautiful second, though. Stunned up by Artazine, still able to deal with the breach. And there's John.
Okay, the ace spams have to stop at one point.
Zelsus will be on this angle and sees the barrel first. Still isn't able to win the fight.
Wait, you saw him, right?
No,
okay.
He needs to
I was wondering if Shannon saw him here.
He's not trying to
He's kind of swinging like he did.
Come to him, but it
Bro,
doesn't
Shannon's got some
matter.
mad little crouch movement.
Spike. It is loose. John QT studiously watching this push from A main in order to recover, and Inferno just has a free haircut handed out. Reverse Mohawk though, sorry mate, you can't choose. Shannon at 16, gun barrel protruding. Zekin cleans him up, but that's Sen exiting the round with 3 rifles.
Bang on the anchor is just in his element. That is where he thrives. Feels like when you watch him sometimes, he just has 360 vision. I mean, in this moment, he just starts off...
AFVG59, thank you so much for the prime, bro.
A little crazy, cosmetic stun. But then on the third, he swings. He sees the teleport animation from Cortezia, calls out he's going into the smoke.
Okay, do they stop the A spams, or are we doing it until we fail twice? No, okay, let's stop the A spams.
Encounter there in heaven. It definitely worked against Zelsus, even though he had the drop. He'll put it behind him now, I'm sure, as we have an even game. And a Dimensional Drift, of course, that second build really early has still been held back.
3 pass and mid punish.
Maybe now's the time.
When they throw this smoke, most people get pushed to this X.
Play forward. He has that gate crash back to get out towards screen, so he wants to take the engagement and leave it. Oh, buddy, okay.
That's weird. I feel like they should be doing it together if they're going to be doing it.
For the duelist with a getaway mechanic.
It's a 50-50.
And so he did. Back to screens off the gate crash. After having taken that first pick. Ooh.
Oh.
Shannon there, tucked on that corner. Second moving up to reclear. So clearly, Sentinels have sniffed this out. Can they snuff it out?
Look at Zekin's gate crash, by the way. It's in B main.
Wait, how? Yeah, that's actually true. How's he done that? From here?
Damn, that thing's got a mind of its own. Still over an A, though, is Zekin.
That's crazy.
Cortezia, not aware of it. It is fake. I would freak out too. That is a proper jump scare. He seals his nerves. He might go over to A. He's considering it from the shadows here. Doesn't have any other reason really to be here.
He has to do a lot here.
Selling stuff. He's going to smoke that heaven side. TP to A. Zekin. Oh, he's not aware.
Dude, how?
How
did you not hear him?
That was Bang also trying to get some info. Doesn't confirm Shannon's position. And that Armageddon's going to make this painful. Dying seconds of the round. Plant secure for Cortezia.
Nice shot.
3 up now
Dude,
for
big ult.
MIBR,
Oh, it's a big ult. They got to go forward.
This is a scary prospect.
Oh my god, this ult was so good from Varno, by the way. Dude, that snowboard out of control so fast.
Against Sentinels.
Bang into the 1 versus 3. Has so much to clear towards ramp. Working slowly.
That was kind of perfect to watch him, not gonna lie.
Doesn't have any more utility to throw down, but that salvos even just cycle up as I'm saying that. Next to impossible.
They know.
God, look at the tear you took this round though. That was nice.
Round, but
like, I'm still in for the agent to get enough, but my goodness, this was nice to watch.
Turned around there, but then Armageddon over towards screens.
The Molly, yeah, the Molly was cool as well.
It's also just hilarious in the mid-round. Zekin gets the fake TP to jump scare Cortezia and B main.
And then
Cortezia with the kill gets all insta-ults, incredible.
No. I mean, it would have been a jump scare if Zekin knew he was there.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it's scary when he pops out and shoots
Pranzo,
him in the
thanks so much
side.
for the tier 1, bro.
And
Appreciate the 3 months. Thank you for that.
Verno Fantastic utility after the fact.
I mean, that Omenot was nasty work. And potentially Cortesi is far enough away that he doesn't see second on the site, because MIBR don't have perfect information about where the Yoru is. Or he does see him there and sticks it anyway, because he's got
it's a natural. Okay,
steal.
I was going to say, tell me it's a natural timeout.
We won't know. Of course, heading to a timeout now.
I mean, the Tail after too much, yeah, the agent's dead, man.
Stabilize things a little
You
bit,
won't see it until it gets buff again.
Second still is holding on to that first dimensional drift he's developed.
Yeah, they just haven't been in any kind of big retake situation where he's been able to use it. That would primarily be
good. I mean, yeah, it'd be pretty fun to watch where the meta's at least.
Breach utility, Taeho utility when you're getting back in. That has just not been a scenario that Sentinels have found themselves in at the moment. They're going to be fully investing into this round. Economy completely on the line here. This is an opportunity for MIBR to really surge into an early lead. This is a round that should be good for 2 if they can take it. They have a Viper's Pit for after they get the spike down. And at that, look at Artzin. If they can just get him 1 orb.
Don't worry, we have promo relegation in a week on the OP Teo patch, and then game changes 2 weeks in the new patch. Yeah.
Behind the Viper walls.
Dude, the thing is, they changed so much that it's just impossible to even not screw over anyone. But dude, I remember a game change. I was speaking to some of the players, and they actually just got so wrecked last year as well.
They're going to be weary about that, given Zekken was happy to take those close engagements on a prior round, so you have to make sure that you're clearing that out now.
Interesting clear timing for Zekken. Clones himself down ramp side, but Chenom is already rather ahead of this, tucked now, just inside A main. Bang seems to have a sense that that's the only part of that area they don't have info on. So the question is, when does Chenom decide to activate? For now, he's more than happy just to be inserted, while the rest of his team sets up for a hard and fast hit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Blade Storm now. They're going for it, but John spots it out early. Here comes the util flood. John affected by the fault line now, but the salvo's coming down. It's the
dude, double?
What? 2 with the aftershock.
You got double?
Yes, all about that gunplay, folks.
Chenom gets over towards A's. That dude has no idea about second. What's the decision making here?
He shut down that A presence, and now Verno doesn't know where to go.
Yeah, seems like he's just going to try to double back over towards B. Sentinels had such a read on the situation on the map there. Stacking up the 3 towards B, all of that util ready to deny.
Dude, was one of them like Viper Molly into kill as well?
3 utility kills.
They don't want to save here. Nothing really more to do. And you'll notice the red X is there on the map. It's that B side. There's a brilliant aftershock shot through the wooden wall there that catches MIBR because they're held in place by the Taeho salvo. John's able to get that salvo off while he's being fault lined and being pushed by the Jet.
Yeah, I want to see this on the replay again.
Look at the salvos.
Yeah, look at the Molly as well. Oh man, the Molly was nice.
That is brutal.
Dude, the whole floor was util.
Glides down into it.
Breach Taeho,
Tragic.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I don't know if the Taeho needs to get nerfed. Maybe we can maybe we can stop the nerfs that are coming.
I feel like it depends on the day. You know, it depends who you ask. If you're initiator coded, then maybe not.
MIBR trying to refight through the dark cover one way over towards B main. Second again, he's just pressed
Chenom's
on A.
Chenom's getting a little bit wrecked over towards B. Maybe not Chenom and just the fast person to take the duel. Be on his seconds, just kind of wrecking everyone.
Already has like 3 here, 2, 3, something like that. It's pretty nuts, man.
And that's the Yoru difference. He can play that loose end and actually challenge the enemy lurker. Because he's shutting down A solo with the Yoru later on in the game. He's got dimensional drift as well. Should there be?
He's not even getting set up with util.
Hasn't been.
John, bro.
Well, that's not fun at all. He's like, I'm out of here. I think I've lost enough face on this B side of the map for now. So now it's mid control that MIBR are looking to take.
Artin's going to throw out that fault line towards the A side, try and feign some presence so he can pivot baback to the other 2
He's going to clear all of this so they can keep the 3 strong. 30 seconds, Bang still has flash. Flash goes B main. Oh wait, did he TP over that? Oh no, it's close from Bang. He almost did a big play though.
Zeken's looking for a royal flush here from this high ground. It'll take the 1. Bang.
Damn, dudes, Bang is...
Second, okay, shorty action, fair enough. What a round. I'll tell you what, if they just tossed bang off the Titanic, they would never have hit that iceberg.
They got to punish Second playing solo A on his own. There's no way that he can get away with this.
I'm speechless when I'm watching him on the defense side. There is no one like him in these situations. This is a guy who came in to replace TenZ, one of the all-time greats of the game. And I don't want to say he replaced him one-to-one. He just brought his own brand of greatness to the Sentinels team. He's a different kind of controller player. And
this is the right call, though. This is the first time where they got 3 passes in here. They're expecting to go for the insta-play.
Now SEN have the lead in the game. Early pop of Util now gets Second set up in a very aggressive line.
Well, they late breach damage there. Yeah.
Things slowed down for MIBR initially. That wave of utility coming through from the 2 initiators on the defensive side, and now with the wall up, they want to try and get back into this space, but John knows now is the time to drone. This is when they could be walking up. And he's right. I'm not sure if he got around the corner and saw any of those other players, however.
They know now. They absolutely know now. They know the breach, Teo both here. John, death-defying stunt, gets across A main, and this is slowed down a lot for MIBR. They have that insert of Cortesia to prevent them from being flanked, so they know that on a huge timer, they've got options.
They have still 45 seconds or so to pivot back.
Yeah, it's looking...
Now, going back to the sewers as
I don't know.
wants to get
it's looking rough, man. Yeah, okay, that helps a lot.
First kill for Artson to find.
Uncharacteristic.
3-pass and rotate, though. Like, everyone's just committed. The only question mark created over towards A pretty early. Bang takes all of the map control. 25 seconds left. Narrate gets an extra one. Home and Flash hits one.
Shenov is sharp, man. Sharp
Raid
as
boss.
they come. But now Second at 11 and 3.
Oh, nice shots, bro. Fair play. Yeah, they just kind of shot their way out of it, though, really.
Crucial kills to even up the game again.
I mean, listen, we give a lot of well-deserved hype to Cortesia and Verno as some of the best rookies coming in this year, but Shenum has been the best player for MIBR today. Not even close. He's been the one getting them crucial first kills at times. That kill onto Bang there, mega impact. Bang played that situation so well, pivoting into B main, catches out Cortesia.
1, 2, 3, combine next. 1, 2, 3, combine next.
He's just
this
so
is the round.
Fast.
Oh, you shall not pass there, Second. Oh, the audacity of it. Doesn't pay off. Ray wants to pick up the angle immediately. Okay. Doesn't work out for him either. Forced away by
instantly trying to like clear the pressure. The fast flood, 3 people.
Have been deployed to the B side of the map, and there's Ray dropping down, not too shabby. Aspas defeated by the high-low setup, and Bang.
It's a lovely Omenor. Keep an eye on the luck over towards Heaven, though. You'd imagine a Shenum just wins the rounds from Heaven here.
And a bullet with Verno's name on it.
Wait, what's going on, Heaven? 1.
And now Shenum, star player for this MIBR outfit. Has to play
Dude,
2 separate
Sentinels play this so well. They have so much stall that they just block
the
block the scaling of people being able to go in. So you just have like 2 or 1 isolated, and every single time they fast flood in. Like, dude, look at this. We had mollies in terms of Teo mollies into Viper molly, and no one wants to disrespect it and go in. So there's always just some isolated over towards the site. Very nice.
To get out of main before they even have any space.
That was the big round as well.
This is the kind of map we were hoping for on Lotus. MIBR and SEN both delivering. As MIBR here have been knocked down economically. And Zekken, justifiably, has gone and picked up the Outlaw now.
They have to take mid at one point? Yeah. Sentinels have been looking for a mid punish a couple of rounds though.
He actually feels like he has to go forward. Now he's stuck in the corner. He's being aftershocked.
Dead if he do, dead if he doesn't.
This is getting wrecked a couple of times in the middle. Oh my goodness. I guess he wants the gun, but...
Even the odds. Mid control still in place for SEN, and that's a pick on the extremity. Zekken was waiting for Cortesia to lurk up.
I like picking up the scoped weapon to control the main, because most rounds it's only pin Cortesia. They're just contact taking
on
it.
like
So
D main, A main, they're doing incredible.
Scrappy in the early round. I mean, a couple players there. Zelsis, Ospas getting really out of position, both being punished for it. But ultimately, this is just a save round for MIBR. They don't have the weaponry or the resources to actually make something happen.
They know they're walking into this fault line either way. Zek now can turn his attention heaven side. MIBR are trying to condition the single player in B main.
MC,
so
stop
they mixed
it.
it up in the previous round, but it should be pretty straightforward stuff from here on out.
Only 20 seconds. Verno gets the rifle, but ultimately won't be able to do much with it.
Paranoid there. That is just going to clear heaven side of B. Sentinels dotting their I's, crossing their T's. And MIBR have to take another L. But this, like you mentioned, was a bit of a save round. Sen, though, threatening still 8 rounds in this half on defense side would be pretty devastating. MIBR got to find one of the next two at least.
Yeah.
Coming into this one, they're going to have a fair amount of ultimates to play with. Artzin is one away from a rolling thunder right now.
30 seconds left.
And they've still got that Viper's Pit from Shenum if they can get into a post-plant situation. But Sen are stopping them from even getting there because they're playing so swiftly in the flood situations. That is where they have been finding the most success.
Locked
There's
out.
a couple things to look for here from MIBR for the
know.
remainder of the half.
I don't think Sentinels can play over towards A like this and get away with it. But every time they want to try punish it, there ends up being 3 there. So
he picked up an outlaw.
like Sentinels doing a really good job of reading what they're going to be doing next.
Mid is the weak point for Sentinels right now. Delsa's not able to get much done in mid, getting hit with that util flood that's frustrating even for the best player. So he has not been able to find a kill yet this game. Basically,
the Yoru enough will change the meta? Nah, not really.
I didn't even
you might see
honestly,
you might see a little bit more of like a deadlock raise, just because the tail
really felt like it.
enables Yoru to do a couple of things, and I think that the deadlock's like really strong.
You know, he's been a very
So I
good
think you might see a
so
little
far,
increase in that, not much of an increase.
You know,
I think you might see a little jet increase.
That it might be
majority is still going to be a
the outlaw was
Yoru.
too much there, and they're getting ruined by
Yoru's
second
still
over at A.
really good.
So definitely feel like they're going to want to pressure mid, maybe sometimes more towards the mid rounds here. But Sen have been very good on
once the
both
tail
those
gets
sides.
nuffed, it's very open what teams want to do. Double Jawless, double Sentinel, double Initiator, double Smokes.
Yet again,
You might see like a relatively even blend. I do think that double Sentinel will probably come out on top eventually.
As of late,
But we'll see.
we only really saw him on Sentinel, and now he's been playing a ton of controller for this team.
Get out of my way.
And specifically when they have these Viper looks on maps that they've been playing very frequently, and he has been putting up outrageous numbers.
Yeah, I mean, double controller's making its way into MIBR's map pool a lot more. I mean, Icebox is obviously the best example of this, but now on split 2.
Coming into this series, in the playoffs, Cortesia actually has the highest stats of any Omen, which is really bizarre. I mean, obviously, the sample size is incredibly low. It's only been a couple maps, but...
Even so, I mean, you've got amazing Omens here in the league. Bang, King sometimes, I guess. A lot of fantastic controls. Som.
All right, so the one way is going to be thrown down by Bang, who has just had absolute control of the B side of the map. He's been a brick wall that MIBR cannot break through.
So again, that conditioning about a light B hold being broken again. This time Bang not quite as aggressive though as Zekin was to that part of the map. But the initiators were a long way away for Sen.
The gate crash isn't close to B either, so it's not like Zekin can get there quickly.
Dude, this tail was so good.
Bang just needs to get out, but he can't. He stays in and he gets his up.
Dude, this tail was incredible. Doesn't stick the Omenal as well. They can't get through the chokes. They actually can't get through the chokes as full stop.
Nice little special delivery, and John is dishing it out.
Yeah, they gotta take middle.
Plus the aftershock,
the
MIBR are an absolute bloody shambles with no time left. Verno's been in this position before. Zelstis gets on the board as well. Everything's coming up Millhouse for Sen City.
The management of their utility has really been sublime. Every time the hit is coming in from MIBR, they are getting multi-stunned. All of the damage abilities are being thrown at them in those moments. Osmos is in on an island.
What was that TP from Bang?
It's a TP of, this is literally the only place I can go. And no one is able to trade onto him. And then 25 seconds they have to get in. John is throwing a stun at them. They're so cooked.
That Armageddon, I've got to say, from John is so important. Once again, it's a fast hit on B for MIBR that just dies to the initiator util.
Shenum has been sitting on this Viper's pit.
This was likely to happen just because of how heavy they got shut down towards him. Like the pressure was either going to be here or here after this.
There's no opportunity for him to even use it. because Sen are stuffing them at the
Sen have
choke,
some really good ideas.
flooding together
Just the
so
calling in
effectively.
general,
It is the
they've
adaptation
been
for Sen.
like,
They now just sort of
first of all,
pull out a bit entirely,
pre
bring
like
themselves
barrier
back onto the
down,
A
they've been
side.
ahead of the game, and then
This will allow
they're
MIBR
always
to
on the
move
same
into heaven, but
page.
it's about to get
Like their
pretty
fast
busy
floods
there,
have been
but
great.
Sentinels,
The Uto and
they
choke points
reestablish
have been
that
really
control.
good. They always have so
And this
many
is gonna
numbers
bleed the
there.
clock further
But dude,
and further.
I was going to say second.
Second is solo holding A with a Yoru the whole time.
They are for real splitting B, and everyone can
Like there's
stack
maybe
up
been
the
2
sub.
rounds where he's over
Special
towards
delivery
B,
does
that's
force
it.
John away.
Every other
Bang
time
is
he's
gonna
just
do
been
his thing.
solo over towards Ace. They can have so many numbers here.
The timing of that
Like
was
this is
pretty
one of the
bloody
better
good,
rounds that
wasn't it?
MIBR have had just because they've gone
That
towards
pulls things
heaven,
out.
but
Cortesio had
even
the
then,
TP
the
forward
rate's
and
doing
rates it.
that.
I don't
Bro, spinning
think
around,
so.
killing everyone.
Not
Dude,
today.
B is on lock. But
Flawless
again,
round to
they
end
just
the
have
half for
numbers here, right? You're looking at the
Sentinels,
minimap
who
there,
again
there's
are back
4
in that
there.
world-beating
There's 3 at the
form, or
beginning.
so it seems.
They're making me struggle to
They just
remember
never,
when
like,
MIBR even
they
got
just never
4
push
rounds
back A
on the
control.
board, because they looked utterly dominant for the last several rounds.
One enemy.
Bang is on one. His defensive play is
Nice, boys. Let's go.
just on a totally different level. Watching the way he positions himself, how cerebral he is as to where the util is coming at him, where players are coming at him from, and then the floods from Sen. They are so on point right now. This playoff run has been incredible.
They are doing all of this without
Damn,
Sentinels in the cop.
maybe
Double
I need
control,
one of
double
those
initiated. They are
strips.
dishing
Yeah, it's
it.
working.
We're going to head to a quick break, folks. When we come back, MIBR are
Getting that
running
extra-
out of chances to get
extra
back
air
into
to
this
his brain.
game. Let's see what they've got for us after this.
Dude, you can't type that. Stop flaming other teams. Those nose strips are pretty nice. Dude, loads of people have like deviated septums, I think. It's like insanely common. Celsius is 1-9, mate. He's winning 8-4. He couldn't give less of a shit. See how good people are getting with the Omen? Yeah, yeah. The Sean Garris Omen? He's been doing that for a long time, but can. Paper Finn just turned 40 today. Are you gonna join him next year? It's crazy, but it's also crazy that I'm not that
Again,
far
looking
off.
pretty
So.
competitive between these two
Like
teams.
I know, I get it that
MIBR
it's a
lose the
flame, but
pistol,
honestly, it's like a close to
win the eco
reality kind
round,
of flame where I'm
and
like,
then it's
well,
back and forth stuff
it's
for a
actually
while.
pretty soon.
We hit round 9, and all of a sudden, Sentinels start to break away. Sublime anchoring by Bang and Zekken being all over the map. Main contributors.
Ace today
And
was
it's
incredible.
putting Sen in a position now where they're looking to close out Split, not only steal away the map pick of MIBR, but win their own in dominant fashion, head on to the grand finals with that map pick ban advantage that we have seen.
Glamo,
every
thanks so much for the
single
prime, bro.
time
Thank you
is
for
incredibly
that.
valuable,
Appreciate.
and try and win this stage 1 trophy.
Here's Bang. Man of the first half. There's just no denying it.
Yo, stop.
A gate crash deployed there by Zekken to give a second option to take up in mid. And we'll be clearing slowly towards A. And this should be very telling for the attackers.
Dude, I feel like they've already got more
Sentinels
map
are gonna
control than I
try
saw
and
MIBR have in
take
the
control
first
towards
20
A,
seconds
make
of
the
any
noise there,
round.
Draw the rotate, teleport.
I don't think
Go
MIBR
into
ever
a
took A
split.
having control.
Shannon is trying to get forward presence. Is this going to be re-cleared by Sen?
They've made sound on the other side of that. There's the gate crash.
No, man, please. Give me some
How
kind
does
of
he win
close
those?
game.
That is so flattening.
Okay.
What a tragedy.
The best player from MIBR loses his nerve at the most important moment. There's Aspas, though, steps up in his wake. Important pick with the Sheriff, but Sen are crawling over this B site.
Artson has his full kit right now to try and get back into this site.
Seconds low, John stunned up. Here's the aftershock. Zekken tries to tuck from it, and he can avoid the blasts. 30 seconds.
I think it's
Bang
clear.
giving it a tap.
30 seconds left.
Plant down, and oh, Zekken! Aspas descends upon him there. Just lands on him, cleans him up, but all of a sudden MIBR are hitting. It's up to Zelsis.
Whoa,
Would have been beautiful.
okay.
But Aspas with 4
Dude,
kills.
whoever called him out for having 1 and 9, he actually had
said,
you.
The best player for MIBR
Like,
right now
had
goes
you.
down like that. Aspas said, Beth, time to finally step up in this game. He has really not been on point today until this round. That is brutal. These shots from Aspas, that first one in heaven, it swings back in, cleans things up.
Full screen flick shot on me is also his first 3rd kill.
For his third kill.
For
Why
his,
does it matter?
for his
How many kills he had
kill.
before that, Bruno?
He can help himself.
Context is everything, I guess.
Dude, what is going on?
Well, Aspas
To be fair though, we spoke about this earlier, right? I say earlier, like a week ago. Like in CS, it's something like 37% you win more rounds when you buy, like, imagine this was like a hero rifle than you would with a full eco. In Valorant, I don't know, like with the amount of rounds I see one with a hero stinger, it's actually worth looking into.
Seconds out of overload, Cortezia, but he got his. Shenum drops down. No second is tucked in the box, and
Not a good
Aspas will be
example,
able to clear
obviously.
him out. It's the Sentinels.
Otherwise, the
Classic
other
that goes to work for John
63% or whatever it is.
But MIBR
But
bounce back.
it's definitely
Get
something
that
for teams to
2 in
look
a row
into.
And close the gap.
Artson
Like
wasn't
hero-
able to recover
hero
a rifle,
Bucky,
so
hero
a bit of
stinger.
economic damage done there by Sen that they'll be happy to take, and Aspas is hitting into the bonus with a glass cannon op.
Saw this on Lotus. He was forced into a retake and actually ended up dying with the weapon late in the round. So he wants to control an extremity.
Whereas the hero shorty, dude, but they had a plan. They had a plan with it. Okay, we get the op out, we managed to get heavy armor on this one as well, so big round. No matter what, Aspas needs to save this. I know he has knives,
There's a
but
chance they probably expected to come up a couple of times in a series against MIBR. It's actually been a bit of a pattern from Aspas in the past.
Sure.
On this map though,
This early?
and honestly on Split, taking it to mid.
the hero marshal
an
buys,
MIBR
honestly, they win quite a few of them as well.
Economically committed to this. It's only Verno
You're not
and Shem
wrong.
that have a bank after this round plays out.
Initially, it looked like MIBR
just like the
would try and
snowball
play
potential of this
forward, but
game
they
is
give this
insane,
space,
right?
they
So if you
hear
can get that
Sentinels
fast
coming,
kill
they
with
make
some
enough
kind of
noise
gun.
to wake the dead. They'll hope that MIBR will join them.
Salvo's in heaven
Salvo's
there.
come in,
It's just
second and
insanely
takes a
strong.
bunch of damage and still is able to win the fight on the move, no less.
Down to 1 HP.
Ooh, nice shot. You can just safely get it
That
towards
shot,
heaven
that's
the
a
whole
bit of
time here. It's
overkill,
kind of
buddy.
nice.
But he finds the trade nonetheless.
John wins out that fight as well without taking any damage. That is so big. Aspas on the glass cannon op has to find a way to put it to use.
Has the Blade Storm already too, by the way. Shenum.
Bro,
What a standout today.
Dude wants to take all the
the
jaws.
spike is off to Shenum's left. This is very dangerous now for Sentinels, who have no util to speak of.
30 seconds left.
None.
They have no idea about the
Shenum
op.
doesn't have to do a thing. He can let Aspas
Last player
this angle.
standing.
Easy.
And by the way, they've got an op. You just discovered that little tragic fact.
Yep, the other shoe dropped at the worst time for Sent.
John, left alone, saving the rifle, doesn't have
10 seconds
a
left.
single dollar to his name at the moment.
Yep, shuffling away in his little moccasins.
MIBR, they fully committed
Nah,
economically to this round,
it's hero AK.
and they pull it off.
Beautiful.
You can Jamie
Paid off
has all
well.
the stats for it
Aspas
if you
actually
want
had full armor, so wasn't quite as risky as we'd expected. And very quickly, he's gotten back into the half in a big way. The game has now shrunk to a one-round difference, and Senna coming into this one,
Oh, man.
bro, is a turret.
on Twitter.
I mean,
Made that guy doesn't know how to use
Don't
social
come too hard
media.
on himself. He finds that first kill on
Kids
the
have to
move.
message him.
I think Shenum killed at least one through the Viper wall. Tough though, tough round to win here for Sen. Looks like we might be looking at an even ledger.
They are on an interesting buy right now. John and Zekin,
Four
not a lot of
stingers,
cash
one
left,
hero
a lot of
gun.
stingers, and Zekin has been
Who's
throwing
close
the
to that
hero
ult?
rifle that John
Dude,
saved
no one's
from
close to that ult.
prior
I'm supposed to
round.
get all the kills on
Interesting as cast
defense.
to speak for Rancid, folks, in case you were wondering. Zekin though with that
Oh
hero
boy,
rifle.
free
Artfully
empty side as well.
dispatches
They
of
get a
the breach
kill
and
over
already was
towards
swarming over the
heaven.
site. Sentinels do get in position. Verno trying to challenge, but he ends up taking
Oh
a
my
clone out.
goodness.
Dangerous. Wayward spray
Bang
through
stays
the
alive,
smoke,
still
but
has
the traces
Omen
aren't
Flash
there.
as well.
And now MIBR, they have found themselves again in this, not again, but for the first time in this
It's a
situation
hard
where
retake
Aspas has
with
the
the
op on a retake. This is
pop
going to be
knives or
difficult.
something.
And man disadvantage. Zekin, what a timing! He can't collect onto Verno, but no one from MIBR was in position to swing.
Big damage, Sentinel going to be flashed. Aspas though dives in.
all of them locked into sight. Oh man, this might be the Aspas round.
And Bang is very, very low. It's just the Stinger quartet left for Sentinels now, and Narrate is trying to let those shots ring out across the map.
Oh, and a low HP Bang was just forced out into the open. The clock is getting so low, though. MIBR, they haven't even really scaled into the site yet.
Cortesia down. Verno was very, very
Dude,
low.
time's
This is
insanely
so
low.
dangerous as Aspas tries to get in there. And Narrate's the
Dude,
last one standing.
time
Has
went
he
ages
done
ago.
enough for Sentinels? The answer is
Yeah,
yes.
nicely done from Sentinels.
So
Dude, they
much
kinda
delay
strolled
was
over
caused
towards
there.
site
The
here as
fights
well.
over towards ramp that Zekken was taking.
Wonder
No
if
one
they're
could
gonna be able to get
actually
inside, is it?
trade onto him. He was just delaying and drawing attention with the flashes. 4 stingers and that one safe
Didn't
rifle
have time
get
for
them
half
over the
now.
finish line.
The time was gone like as they were entering
And now
into
they
the
put
site.
MIBR in a dire economic situation.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
I mean, what a moment over there at ramp. It's like a tsunami of fudge. Another good time. I don't know what I'm looking at. Aspas dives in, Zekins is flashing.
Where's the
Got
money
his
at?
ones.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Here's that dimensional
1,
drift.
2, 3, 4, 5 kind of. Before? Sure. 4, 4.
A lot of potential targets coming his
Big
way.
round.
Zekken
Dude, free
doesn't
sight
clear out
again.
screen. He needs to prioritize backsides.
Aspas,
Don't know that the AWP is here, but
that is-
Bang's ready on the line.
And that's the
That is
opt-out.
forcing
Zekins
it.
committed now to the A side, tucked here, waiting for delivery of the spike, which will be forthcoming. Smoke to screens. Sen have this locked down for now.
Chenem is repositioned to ramp, wanting to make sure that no one can actually walk up there. Zekken lets one shot rattle off, doesn't connect. Artsin and John,
You gotta be
awkward
tempted
fight,
to save at one
nothing
point if
hitting.
one of these
No
jewels on the
defensive
sides.
initiator ultimates available.
give you
MIBR have
anything.
nothing really to flood with outside of Artisan's util.
This dark cover is perilous for Chenem. Celsius is just biding his time, takes the first engagement, just decides to live. He's gonna just bide his time.
He's a rat!
No, he team flash. He team flashed
Somehow
his mate.
Celsius gets away
It's a
with more. He's done
disaster.
so much from here when he was looking to reach even further.
Yeah, they're saving.
But that likely will be enough. That
That's an
operator got
absolute
recovered.
disaster.
Aspas
Dude, they gotta hold the A
invested in
site, man. They
Zekken
gotta
will
put
be the
someone
one
on the
that
site
profits.
itself.
Sentinels have been putting MIBR in a nightmare situation 2 rounds in a row now while they're trying to retake ramp. They've just layered that area of the map with too many potential dangers, a minefield that MIBR have to work through getting back in there. Just the existence of that dark cover is going to cause so much confusion, and I love how Celsius plays that. I mean, this is also just ridiculous. I don't think was Chenem. No, he was partially blinded.
Every
in
time
that
they have
moment.
these kind of
he's
plants over
paranoid.
towards A as well, the person on
Trying to
ramp
show
is just
that.
delaying
Cortez, you
so
can only
much.
laugh it off.
Did he get paranoid by...
Okay, well,
No.
this is a timeout to actually tell them
Did he
to
get
hold
hit
A
by
side itself.
Cortesia? Is that why he was partially
Anri,
blinded?
thank you so much for the prime, dude. Anri,
I
37.
I think Cortesia hit
The
both
2
Shadow.
months, thank
We
you
would
for
get
that.
another replay. It's
I think he hit
possible,
both of them.
It's possible.
Oh, that's... If that's true. All right. That is pretty devastating. Frod here, starting to wrinkle the brow in concern. First map wasn't the outing that MIBR were hoping for. A much better start here on Split has all but fizzled out. After a pistol round win conversion there from the Brazilian squad now, once again, Sentinels have been allowed
Full
back into
name,
the driver's seat.
Minches.
And they're hitting top gear.
Yeah, he's still around, man.
Serious
Still owning
cash
it.
at MIBR into getting this op into Aspas' hands on a number of rounds, and it just has not actually paid dividends. At this point, they can only afford a rifle when we get back into this. The op is off the table. And frankly, how things have been going, maybe that'll even be to their benefit.
I mean, they're skimpily dressed coming into the round as well. 4 half armors.
Back at the beginning of this
3,
stage,
4.
I
Can't buy
remember,
next.
I think it
Dude,
might
he's
have
got
been
away with
literally
words.
the first map that MIBR played was Artzin putting up like 536 ACS on Split.
Wasn't he trolling with the judge a bunch that game?
He got a lot of kills with the judge. It was pretty absurd.
It's not been that kind of game.
Maybe he can make it one to get MIBR this map win. Take this.
Jeez. That scoreline is so uncharacteristic out of Cortesia. He was like the solo lurking B-side attack player.
He was just in horrific
What is it,
situations on attack.
A
He could
faking to
never
B yet?
find an opening towards B, playing alone.
Bang is patient. King of the off angle, they say, but
Ooh.
Cortesia bests it.
That just swings a little wider than Bang expected. He had his
Yeah, but
crosshair
Bang didn't
placed
even
for the
really
kill.
like
He
adjust his aim there. I think he just
just did not.
he just thought one bullet was gonna
No
hit.
heaven
So
presence though for
he would lock him in.
MIBR. Oh,
Dude.
buddy. Someone's starting to get a bit more comfortable now.
Celsius just wants to go for the quiet re-clear.
Very quiet, yes. Still picked off.
Walks into the crosshair.
Yeah, it looked rough, but I guess it's an off angle.
Certainly thought about it.
I just want the peak to be slightly better.
Shenum here, just enjoying his own brand for most of the round, I suspect. Sentinels are inching, scaling into heaven.
30 seconds
Looks like
left.
Werner's pulled himself back from mid-A side there. Aspas will see a player crossing if the timing's correct, but he'd have to hold that position.
Time to jump.
Seconds going to send in that gate.
Honestly, they're so far away that this might work.
Try to get the clone out, try to get a flash. He's going to go in, committed while stunned.
Oh, it's a good flash. Dude, they got enough time for the plant here.
Not quite so lucky. Shorty in hand, but Jordan can handle it himself, apparently. Just enough time for a plant.
Okay, they got to play this one together, MIBR, because if they lose this...
But Zekin will be instrumental. He's trying to wrap. He's leaving.
Dude, they're not even considering Zekin going for that.
Oh, the timing is good. Shenum is down.
Oh, boy.
Holds his own.
Oh, that's how they lose. Lovely double
Crumbling
swing on this as well. Nicely done from Sentinels. They always have a plan. They always have some kind of plan. It's nice to watch.
3 for MIBR. Cortesia locked down B main.
Done,
got 2 kills to open the round. And then look at the way that Sen dragged things back with a fantastic...
What is that pathing? The timing from Zekin. The trust in Narrate to hold that side and not go over-aggressive.
It was a fantastic array of utility that they threw into
He's
H,
so locked in, man. 19 to 9.
Second sending out the clone into the flash, teleports in. Second flash to follow it up.
And now Sen are getting some ultimates online. Cortesia, great round the last one. Scales into B main, gets a second
Big
kill on
change up
Celsius.
from
This time,
Sentinels.
though,
Contact
he will
bath.
have his hands full.
Cover going out.
Dark cover to try to delay. Cortesia is in so much trouble, has to teleport away once he wants to stick around.
Zekin got in the back corner. Cortesia knows it, but now the Rolling Thunder's going to come in. He's going to be forced away. Zekin once more.
Oh.
He's hungry. And Cortesia served up like a
They
snack.
look nice, man.
John will wait in the drop. Sees Artazine step out. It's an easy take for the veteran. Will be a trade. Verno gets involved, but Zekin at long range is just too good. And this lightly armored, straggling
Dude,
squad of
that is
MIBR
a
once
nice
again put to the
take,
sword.
though. This molly
Match
cover
points
everywhere
comes up
apart
for
from the
Sen
back.
to get themselves into our grand final as the upper seed.
This Sentinels team
Salvo
are in
C can't
such
swing it, and then
unbelievable
layered
form
with
that
the
they're making
breach short.
MIBR
And
look
the
like
TPing into the
MIBR
corner
last
after
year.
as well.
This is unbelievable. They should not
Dude, they
be
just
this-
don't have a bad
they-
map,
this
other than their
is-
I just
ban.
realized what you said.
Unreal
And then their ban's
No, sir, this
gone
is
in like 2 weeks.
Zach,
unbelievable,
Zach,
man.
bro, you're so good, bro. I already know.
Yeah,
I already know.
I agree.
Okay, 5.
Yeah, well, plenty of people in agreement, I'm sure. MIBR again, they've been forcing. Another half armor round with a smattering of rifles, a judge for Cortesia. It feels like the jury's about made their verdict.
Time to jump.
Oh, we have that too. Dimensional Drift is
This
one
sounds
away
like the
from
map pool
Zekin.
for Toronto. So
Aspas
They
has
did
to
it- they
dash
did a
forward on
tweet that
follow-line,
it's
still affected
gonna
by it
be
somehow. The
after
follow-up wasn't quite
Toronto,
there, so he will be
but-
allowed a way out.
there's a chance it's for Toronto.
Cloudburst to
We don't 100% yet.
try to
know
get away,
yet.
but now that the stealth drone has cleared everything out, he can comfortably
I guess we'll get
position himself
confirmation
forward.
soon.
MIBR have been able to maintain getting a lot of full buys. And they've had some close rounds, but they just have not been able to get them over the finish line, even when they found these early advantages. Can Aspas get them another one? He is fighting far forward. He doesn't have a dash.
Okay, gets out, sees everything he needs to as well. Multiple Sen players rapidly encroaching on his position. Oh, okay.
A little greedy,
Great
but
punish with the AWP
honestly,
take
with
there.
how the
Zekin
game's been going, I
wanted
can't
to go
even
for
be
more.
mad.
He got his dimensional drift, just not in the way he would have liked to.
30 seconds
Now
left.
things are slowing down. They're trying to get some presence over towards heaven, but the time is really dwindling. Aspas is backside. Sure, they get Shenum. Instant trade from Verno. Things are looking good for
again.
MIBR right now.
It's the most
Great Armageddon
perfect ult
time.
again.
This is
This
going to
guy's
make you
got some-
dance, that's for sure.
has some
Armageddon in
lovely
heaven now
tailwinds.
forces Narrate into drop C's. Cortesia coming, there's no
Just no
time to
time on
pivot
this.
across to another site. We're
10
essentially
seconds left.
looking at a save now. Narrate with a kill on the way out. Hang about.
Player standing.
Oh,
about
dude,
it. Just a moment,
imagine
but Verno
Zelsus
deals
won
with
that kill,
Zelsus.
but got that kill, but
And that'll be all she wrote on
chance.
round number 20, folks. Sen still
Dude, chill,
poised to
chill,
take
chill,
it
you got
all,
no money.
And they keep a lid on the MIBR
Guys.
economy.
You've all got no money, they might
Aspas able
outlaw.
to clean things up. Verno really was a standout in that round,
be
though.
tempting.
Controlling the map from heaven.
3
Had a
light
great
armors.
timing with the Armageddon.
The only reason there's no force
MIBR
is this
worked
guy's buying
themselves
armor
into some
judge.
really good positions over on this A site. After Aspas took that initial engagement, he gets backside. They had presence in elbow. They had Shenum up in heaven,
spray
talked
closet.
Verno playing on the rafters. They were really just controlling the map in entirety. That was nicely done. 4 chances for Sentinels to close
They've
out
got
this
the
game
no
and get
armor
into
as
the grand
well.
finals with that map
Instant
advantage.
Euro all. Last time they did
we're
this,
drifted.
site was free.
Seconds off and running.
This time when they do it, site is
Flash now
free.
to confuse, disorient Verno. He's forced off that Raptors position and we convert. We're now on the A side. TP in there from Bang. Sen have it on lock.
Okay, this is much better from MIBR though. They're like
How
actually
does
taking
MIBR
space a
unravel
little
this
bit
now?
earlier,
Piece
but
by
they at
piece
least
first.
cleared
It's
this
a fault
first
line.
area
John
with the
just
drone.
able to get out of the salvos. It's
And they
only
delay the
damage.
plant. It's much better,
a bit.
but this guy
One
needs
kill for
backup
Artsy
to
to get the
clear
Rolling
this.
Thunder, by the way, to get into the site. If he can find one of these players maybe that's back screens, a bit out in the open. John sends out the stun to delay. Aspas has to retreat.
Great special delivery. That stops Aspas from trying to play off that out of screens. Here's Artazine, though. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
These guys
this
are
was
shooters.
much better. This was
Second can only
a
find
nice
his one.
retake as well. I was watching
Talk about a bounce back,
Shenum the whole
MIBR.
time. He like showed over
Sharpest
towards
tax.
site,
Its
helped out,
past
and then
2 rounds
instantly
look
looked
like a
behind
different
for
team. They are
the
rock
left.
solid when it's coming down to
That's
these
good.
retake situations now on A.
And
Now
they
it
took
looks like
space a
they're in
lot
their element.
earlier.
Getting out that initial wave
there was
of
no time
utility
pressure.
from Sentinels, and then flooding back
Yeah,
in
this-
here. Shenum gets that
Oh,
first
this
kill
is
onto
perfect,
Narrate,
man.
and the awareness. I like now that on A, you can see that they're just ignoring ramp. On those other rounds, they spent way too much time trying to actually get the kill on the player there, force them back, and it just ended up wasting their own time. But there, Shenum says, okay, have
Dude,
fun
early
standing over
timeout
this. I
again.
don't care. We're fighting towards the site together. We're gonna deal with you later, and they do. They've adjusted their approach there, and it's worked out well. It's just a matter of, is this too little, too late? Still 3 chances for Sen. They've got enough money to buy when we get into this next round too.
But we talked about Artazine. He needed 1 more kill for the Rolling Thunder. Obviously now he has that. Blade Storm at the ready for Aspas. MIBR though, of course, they will be forcing until they can try and secure some kind of overtime. And that was Zekken and Bang both making use of those ultimates to sort of get into that A site to circumvent the early trades that they normally have to take to get them there. But now, we're starting to roll into the Initiator ultimates. John and Narrate, now close to some of those big abilities, and it's tough to lose a round if you can have both of those at your fingertips. MIBR have to be extra vigilant.
Full investment from Sen leaves them with no one on a heavy armor. So listen, it can't matter when you're going up against a lot of abilities that do a lot of damage. We'll have to see if that does end up
Instant
playing
breach
out in any
or
considerable
sorry,
way,
instant
but
breach damage to
mostly
take
looking at
B main
Artazine with
control,
this
or at least
Rolling
create the
Thunder, how
pressure
they're
like they
gonna
are
opt to
behind the
use
smoke.
that in this round.
I mean, they got a couple of
Blade
ults.
Storm pulled straight away from Aspas.
Might get
No
a little bit
nonsense.
closer.
He was looking for an early ramp fight here. This time, Sentinels absolutely elsewhere. A slower default start to their attack round.
Over in mid, you just have
Drone goes out towards A, like they're trying to set one up.
jiggling for information. Aspas has been trying to control A main off the drone info on a multitude of rounds now, and is pushing so far forward. Wants to take the fight to Zelsis.
They
is forced to
insta-react and
pursue it.
push
There's
middle
no way
here.
he chases into
Yeah.
into the molly. No, but
Kinda.
that will result in a ton of
They
control
didn't take too much
being
space
gained
yet.
for MIBR, and Aspas leaving himself inserted.
He has to.
Okay, well
I
they
mean,
know
Zelsis could
they know
just
most
lurk out
likely
and
it's
be
a
a
1,
nuisance today
but
and
they
make
should
use of
think
their
there's
Viper
2.
wall. Aspas plays in this
You don't really
position.
know whether it's 2 and 2, huh?
And eventually, you know, Zelsis will try and reassume this spot. Does he know? Does he suspect that the human tornado is waiting with a gift just for him?
Oh my god, this timing. Just as Aspas is backing up is when Zelsis actually
Okay,
makes
A
his way
fake
out
to
of
try,
sight.
get them
Regardless of
to
whether look at
reinforce
Sen
A,
on the
have them
map
with 2 before they head over towards B. Smoke in though.
Into vents, but has a gate crouch to get back to them.
Another timing moment,
30
though, is
seconds left.
Zeken's in
30
between him
seconds,
and
we're
Heaven.
setting all the way over
He's
towards
going
A.
to get his arm
Alright
again,
guys,
but
I'm not sure
Aspas
about
shuts
this
down
one.
the duelist
I'm
of
really not
Sentinels.
sure about this one.
Zelsis is so
Yeah,
important.
20
right now.
seconds.
20 seconds left, and they're just getting up mid right now.
Spike is still in the middle part of the map. The kills are coming in, though. But now
Okay,
to pivot
back over towards B.
The strongest side here for MIBR, and Cortez is
The
going to try
Rolling
and stop
Thunder
them.
is going to stop them from Artin.
Breach away everyone, they have no idea narrate's over towards site, right?
Get there, and it's not going to happen. Narrate has it
Okay,
knocked
they
loose,
kind of
and
messed this one up a
everything
little
falls
bit.
apart for
They messed this
Sentinels.
one up.
Bizarre round, indeed. That mid control doesn't convert to anything for the attackers.
It's
It
okay,
seems like
it's
they
okay.
could never get their plans online because of MIBR controlling so much of the map towards
Yeah, they had
A,
like
and
no
then
map control.
you had Zekin trying to get through the
Well,
vent.
it's not that they didn't have any map control.
I
I just feel like
was ready for him to
the
swing,
like end call of 40,
and then by the time
45
Sen
seconds.
decided what to do,
It felt like it was a fake
picked
A
the
onto
site
B,
where the
but
Rolling Thunder was
then
waiting for
something
them with
went wrong
12
because
seconds left to
Bang
get there.
smoked
It
here
was
before
a
they could
wrap
even
at
fake
that
over
point.
towards A, so
They've
then they
got
had the
a
smoke that looked like they were
5-stinger
committing
buy
over
and
towards
2
B,
rounds to close out
but then
this
they had
game
1 on
before we go
1.
to OT.
In the
So,
hour of need, it's Aspas standing up
it
here for
didn't
MIBR.
really
The second half from
make
him
much
has been
sense for the 1 on 1 to be here if we're doing that.
Oh
over
my
towards B.
god. All of a sudden, MIBR have decided to win.
Okay, Stingers go out.
Verno here now, off the back of that
Sentinels
kill.
get...
Opens up
Obviously
for
they got this
entire
go with
lead.
it, but
Send
one last buy round
no
really.
closer to their win condition than at the start of the round. They're going to slink away to the B side of the map. This will allow MIBR, though, get in confirmed.
I think this was just an
A side
individual
and
mistake last round from Bang.
redistribute
I'm
themselves
guessing.
across the
I have
map
no
as
idea what the comms were like, but
At this point, MIBR, they're
don't really know how it
just
went
waiting
down.
for retake, better weapons.
Like
more
comms
util,
might have been messed up that they
more
wanted to smoke
numbers.
everyone else.
The only
I don't
potential
really know.
danger is if Narrate gets, when he gets the spike down, he'll have the Rolling Thunder. Like, if
Dude,
things do get really scrappy,
MIBR
it could
heavy
get bad.
over
Maybe
rotated, so
Sen
now
can
like
win this on
everywhere
an
is just a
eco
question
I
mark
mean,
for
in
them.
that sense, a little risky that MIBR
So it's
gives
actually
up the site,
looking,
but
even
they're
though it's a
worried about
4v5
fast
for
hit Stingers
Sentinels,
just
it's actually looking
cutting their
alright for
numbers
them.
down. So they might allow for a plant.
Like it might get kind of close.
Now, Red with the
30
Rolling
seconds
Thunder,
left.
about to have it online. What do the post-plant spots look like for the attackers here? Ball is now at MIBR's court.
But also, of course, Narrate's going to feel like, well, do I really want to use this now, or do I want to just make sure I have this for the buy round? I like this forward presence from Sen, taking
Okay,
space
2
into
people
spawn.
make pressure over towards here though, so they gotta
some
insta-flood
CT,
back
but
over
here's
towards
about
the
to get hot and
site.
heavy.
Yeah, it's a nice
Aspas,
idea
Drake
from
taken by John,
Sentinels.
swings out with the stinger, getting low. Riddle with bullet through the box, but it's going to be Bang coming alive. Just he and Narrator left. There might be a use case for the Rolling Thunder after all as Artazine drops. Numbers are even. Verno got it to half, and Narrator's lining it up. He's got to stop this. The defuse for Verno. It's happening.
Okay, dude,
Oh
Narrate
my
was so
God.
ready.
Long
He
range,
was so
somehow
ready to rip
Stinger
the
is
ult.
getting so much damage
Okay,
off.
one
Good
chance.
crossfires from Sen.
At least he didn't pop
And
ult.
it
It would have
literally just comes down to the fact that
before it
MIBR
hit.
had one more player going into that. They trade down perfectly.
I like
and
the
get spike
discipline there though.
defused.
I like the discipline
That's
from
why it
him.
seems so
Oh my
risky
god, my
to sort of-
heart was beating out of my chest there, man.
To give up the site, like against a team that can get a Rolling Thunder online, can get entrenched, anchor with those stingers, it feels so scary to retake against that.
Let's go.
Yeah, they definitely over-rotate us.
And Narrate never used
No
a Rolling
doubt about
Thunder.
it.
That's still online. Verno with an Armageddon to play with.
Yeah, was able to get that.
Yeah, this is the big
Getting
ult
ready by
now.
finding the kills, getting that spike
They've
defuse
each
as
got
well.
one.
Those are really
No
only
one's really
the
that
two
close to one
ultimates
as
I
well.
think,
Shannon has to get double kill.
far-fetched that anyone else would be able to get enough kills, orbs, etc. to have one.
Cover going out.
Can Sen close out this game and get to the grand final? Or will MIBR bring us to OT, winning a string of rounds in a row, coming to life out of absolutely nowhere? Shenum
Had to.
in danger.
Don't know how many he saw, but he had
certainly
to.
got it.
MIBR giving up the map. They are in full retake mode. That's the mentality by the sounds.
But they are taking control of B main. I do like
Yeah,
that
it's a
decision
good
from the two
reaction.
players here that they have anchoring. So if a split does come in from Sen on that side of the map, they'd be able to control that crucial
It's nice. So
area.
this is
They're selling a
like
fake
now
just
on the minimap, this looks
They get
way
Ultimate
clearer
Beatles.
from
Keep
what we've
three
seen,
players
right?
interested for now.
2 pass
Plus a
on
couple
fake over towards here to
chunks of
join the
catnip out there
3
and hope
back
for the best.
to 2 free split.
Aspas is committed in the site right now.
Yep.
Can
Final
he
boss.
find a kill?
We can
He
see
just needs to,
the
at
fake
very
pressure
least,
towards
he's
B
gotta
keeps
go
3
1 for
there.
1.
He's walking up on this.
Aspas is
Shorty pulled out. Only Aspas will go for this kind of play, and only he'd make it work. It's only good for one, though. Zelsa's very quickly gets his. Shenum here might just take a timing out of screens.
Gotta be tempting to
believe
go
he's
for it.
considering
Keep an
it.
eye on the luck as well.
And there it
Oh,
is.
boy.
Zekin is waiting for him. Now Sen, in the dying moments of the round, have a big player advantage. It's up to Artazine and Cortesia to salvage.
And even at that, Bang is flanked behind them.
He'll have a timing. And it's always him. And Cortesia
Nicely done.
tried to come alive
Well,
in this second
2-0
half
for
for this
Sentinels.
MIBR squad, but
Huge,
now
man.
you're asking all too much of the guy, surely. Zekin dealt
Really,
with.
really nice. Okay, this round made
And the
way
period
more
put
sense
on
though
the
in comparison to
sentence.
some of their others.
Sentinels will advance to our grand finals with a map advantage.
Okay,
Get
very,
themselves
very
set
nice
up for
from
another
them, though.
crack
They
at
look good.
international glory.
Dude, Zekin
This
was
Sentinels that
insanely
we're
locked
seeing
in
on this
this
playoff
game.
run has been the best Sen that we have seen in 2025 so
Dude, their map
far.
pool is
From
so
the win
strong.
over G2 to a really dumb